Namaste, guys. ChristianRLong, life enhancement consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Wednesday evening here in Denver, Colorado. It's about 7:15 p.m. Mountain Time. I may go out and do some rollerblading for maybe 45 minutes or so. Got to move my body. So here, Namaste, cleanse out any congestion. It's been a busy day with clients, been a busy day with my spiritual practice, or Hatha Yoga, which was taught to me by my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Koksui, many, many moons ago. This month, I was realizing it, I think 2 days ago, that this month, the month of July 2019, celebrates my 15th year as an Arhatic Yoga practitioner. I learned Arhatic Yoga, originally under Grandmaster Choa Koksui, the modern founder of Pranic Healing and Arhatic Yoga, at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Secaucus, New Jersey. Funny, right? Spiritual retreat, Crown Plaza, Crown Chakra. It's all coming together. And I was reminded of a quote by my teacher that reminded me, because I was looking at this beautiful picture that my girlfriend got me, and I want to share it with you guys, and I want you to see if you can tell me who this teacher is. Who this teacher is. I'll give you guys a little closer upper. I'm not going to tell you. I want you guys to tell me. It's a beautiful picture, right? And so why am I bringing this up today of what you meditate on, you become? Well, it's not only what you meditate on, but it's who you meditate on. So I thought to myself, isn't it interesting that the pop culture personalities that get the most views, that have the most marketing arms and tentacles, if you will, in the public domain, they tend not to be the most high vibrational people on the planet. And what do I mean by that? So we attract to us not what we want, but we attract to us what we are. So if we have trauma in our lives and in our energy body, in our chakra system, we will attract more events that cause trauma. If we have chaos in our energy body, we attract chaos. If we have lower vibrational, Avani, Namaste, if we have lower vibrational energies in our lives, we tend to attract lower vibrational energies and lower vibrational things. As we change our energy body through a spiritual practice, meditation practice, receiving energy healing, doing character building, service tithing, things that make us a better person, we start to vibrate differently. The particles around our aura become more subtle, more refined, and smaller. It's kind of like boulders versus grains of sand, right? So lower, denser, coarser energy is easier to feel for the ordinary common person, right? So that's why a lot of marketing tools and tactics appeal to what? Appeal to money or greed, appeal to sex or lust, appeal to excess or need for power, right? Because those energies vibrate lower and it's easier to feel than higher vibrational energies. It's easier to relate to. So for instance, let's see. You'll have a supermodel doing a commercial, or a supermodel doing something on Instagram, and she'll have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of likes and views for whatever it is that she's doing. She could be sitting on a boat, she could be sitting in a hammock, she could be sitting at home and playing chess. Not likely, not often I've seen that, and all the things I've seen online, I've never seen that. But that will get a lot of views. Why? Because it stimulates the lower nature of women and men to watch that. Now, if you have a great, great spiritual teacher, like for instance Eckhart Tolle, who has sold millions of copies of his book, but if you look at his social media presence, he has a view that has maybe, Maria, Namaste, there's a view of one of his videos that has maybe 30,000 views. And it came out not too recently, if I remember correctly, but has 30,000 views. So you have a supermodel that has a whole team of marketers and promoters behind her, that video or that post will get hundreds of thousands or millions of views and likes. And then you have a great spiritual teacher, Eckhart Tolle, who's giving priceless spiritual teachings to the masses to transform themselves and to alleviate their pain, their sorrow, and suffering, and has 30,000 views. Why is that? Because the energy vibrates differently. It vibrates differently. Have you noticed, if you're sensitive to your energy body and you're meeting up with a friend and you're like, your friend goes, I have some gossip for you. What happens? You feel it in your solar plexus, you feel it in your sex chakra, and you may feel it in your main or your lower back. These centers are being stimulated by gossip because it's lower vibrational energy. Or if somebody says, hey, I have this amazing stock tip that you need to get in now. What does that stimulate? The basic chakra at the tailbone, the base of the spine that deals with prosperity, abundance, and success, self-preservation, survival, and greed, right? But how often does a friend or family member pull you aside and say, come here, I have this technique for illumination and inner peace? What would happen? The heart would probably become activated. The crown, maybe forehead, would become activated, because you're talking about higher vibrational things, higher vibrational energies. But the majority of the world's population doesn't vibrate here. They vibrate more around the middle, obviously, and obviously most everybody vibrates in the lower energies, right? Just because somebody vibrates super high doesn't mean they can't drop their energy. In fact, many great spiritual teachers currently and from centuries ago, when they would be meditating in their caves or meditating in their hermitages, they, in order to relate to the common ordinary person, they would need to start smoking or drinking to drop their vibration so the people around them could relate to them. Isn't that interesting? Because their energy was so subtle, so refined, that when these people spoke to the common ordinary person, namaste, the people could not relate. So how does this all connect to our original point for tonight's topic? That you become what you meditate on, and you become who you meditate on. So the picture that I showed you guys earlier, I could have a picture of this great teacher, this great saint, and I could meditate on the qualities of this person, and that would move me closer in the direction of emulating that person, emulating those qualities. Or I could take a picture of a celebrity. I could take a picture of a rock star. I could take a picture of a politician, and I could meditate on the qualities of that person. Now, exactly. So who and what do I want to become in this lifetime, in this incarnation? Who and what you meditate on is what you become. So if I meditate on a saint, if I meditate on the qualities of a saint, I become more saint-like. It doesn't mean I'll become a saint. It doesn't mean I'll be perfected or perfect, right? But it means I'll be closer in the direction of alignment with the qualities of a saint, which is ultimately alignment with my higher self and alignment with God, right? Or I can meditate on the qualities and characteristics of a celebrity, a politician, a musician, actors, actresses, what have you, and they tend to not be the most virtuous people. Not because they're bad people, but because most of them do not have training in how to keep their energy bodies clean, how to disconnect from all the connections that millions and millions of people around the world are connecting to them, because that's dirtying and congesting and dropping their energy bodies, right? So it's a big deal. So it's important to realize that we, as more aware, more conscious people, have to be careful of where we're putting our attention. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? What are we thinking? What are we feeling? What are we thinking? What are we feeling? Not at the end of the month or at the end of the week, but moment by moment by moment by moment throughout the entire day, right? Because wouldn't we agree that energy changes constantly? Thoughts fluctuate constantly. Emotions fluctuate constantly. The environments that we are in are fluctuating constantly. So we have to be vigilant with our thoughts and our feelings. What am I thinking right now? You're observing and witnessing your own thoughts. What am I feeling right now? You're observing and witnessing your own feelings. And that will, with that awareness, you will be able to transform yourself into a better person. So, like another example is we have the incarnated soul, which is our mental body where we have our thoughts, our emotional body where we have our feelings, and our physical body where we see our physical body, right? Physical movement. That's the incarnated soul. Then you have the higher soul, which is a being of light, love, and power. So those three qualities of the higher soul are qualities that we can meditate on. Because if you meditate on light or intelligence, what do you have more of? Intelligence. If you meditate on the quality of love, what do you have more of? Love. If you meditate on the quality of power and will, what do you have more of? Power and will, right? So just not even meditating on saints, not even meditating on bodhisattvas, not even meditating on, Buddhas, simply meditating on the qualities of the higher soul that each and every one of us possess to varying degrees, we can transform our lives for the positive. Does that make sense? Is that clear? I hope it is. I did my best to explain that. So, a buddy of mine's messaging me from afar. Woo! So, not just who we meditate on, but what we meditate on determines the quality of our life. If we meditate on things that make us sad, we become sad. If we meditate on things that make us angry, we become angry. If we meditate on things that make us scared and doubtful, we become fearful and doubtful. But if we meditate on courage, we become that. If we meditate on clarity, we become that. If we meditate on generosity, we become that. If we meditate on humility, we become that. Whatever we meditate on, we become. Sandeep, Abba Namaste, right? So who and what we meditate on, the qualities that we meditate on, the where we put our attention in life is what we become. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear. I hope today's talk improves the quality of your life. For those of you who are looking to go deeper and broader, I recommend going to ChristianRLong.com. It's my website, and sign up for a consultation or sign up for a healing. Patty, Atma Namaste. Good to have you on as always. Sign up for a healing. And Dafini, Atma Namaste. Daphne, Atma Namaste. Good to have you on again. For those of you getting on late, definitely watch the replay. I have a pretty good feeling you're going to get a lot of value out of this. Also, you've ever heard the expression, you're not playing to win, but you're playing to lose. You're not playing to win, you're playing not to lose. So what is that person that is playing the game focusing on? They're focusing on not losing, which ultimately is focusing on losing, versus focusing on the outcome, focusing on the win, focusing on moving forward. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So again, if you're in need of healing and coaching, energy coaching and pranic healing, go to ChristianRLong.com. Let me know how I can serve you. You can go right below this video if you're on Facebook and check out the weekly newsletter. We just put it out. And any questions about that, please let me know. And I look forward to serving you in the very, very near future. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma Namaste. Bye-bye.